Yo, what's up, everybody? You are now listening to the 92nd, but the second version, episode of True to Size.
What's going on, everyone, and welcome to True to Size. We are a weekly podcast centered around the wild world of sneakers. I will be your host today. My name is Lawrence Hopkins, and you can... Oh, what the hell am I saying? And I am joined by... I'm already ready to end the episode.
And you can find me at...
It's already over for me. It's been a long...
Because it's the retro of episode 92. That's
yeah, exactly.
retro.
It's the second version. I'm already done recording this episode. We did it already. And I am joined by the rest of the team at Canada Got Soul, Mr. Joel Hernandez.
Hello.
And Mr. Alvin Martinez.
And you can find me.
Shit. So yeah, last week you may have noticed we did not release an episode.
Sorry, guys.
We did mention this on our live stream that we did on Sunday, but there was a technical issue. So we were only able to have 6 minutes of the episode as opposed to the hour and 40 minutes that it actually
You should
was.
upload it. So it can be an hour and 6 minutes for next week.
I should, yeah. So bad. Like at the end of this episode, maybe we'll just add the 6 minutes.
Yeah.
We did have Sean Go here as well. Alvin wasn't here. It was a whole mishmash, patty wash.
It was a good episode.
It was a really good episode.
It was a
It's
good
unfortunate.
episode,
But sometimes, it bees like that. So it's okay. We'll have Sean Go back eventually, super soon. He said he's going to come back for another episode soon.
2021?
But yeah, 2021. Yeah, only like once every other
Usually does it
year.
once a year.
Yeah. Ish. So we are going to go back and we're going to do the awards because we did have a bunch of you guys voting for the True to Size Awards. So we do have to cover that. Other than all that, we do have a great show for you guys this week. We're going to cover the stuff that we missed last week, plus more. We are going to go through the True to Size Award winners, and I have a surprise for you guys.
Oh.
But first, Joel.
Whoosh. Fire round.
We like to start every show with a quick hitting question from you, our listeners, and this week and last week's question comes from Rally Cars. So I'm going to try, all the EEEs and stuff that we missed last week. I don't want to just throw them in the garbage because there was some good content, so we're just going to run them back again because no one heard it anyways, except for Sean. So Sean, if you're listening, apologies. This is going to sound a little bit redundant just for you. Rally Cars says, just sold my 2 rarest pairs to pay for my wedding/elopement down by the beach in Jamaica, the Quasimodo Dunks and the London Dunks. So he says, it feels good to cash in on a hot market and more than double my money even after wearing them.
Oh, yeah.
His question is, did you ever sell some of your rarest sneakers to pay for a big event or expense like that? Alvin, you ever done that?
They were my rarest, but they were rare in the sense that you couldn't really get them in Canada yet.
Yeah, back then they were rare.
Yeah.
Yeah. They were.
So I sold phone posits to get a engagement ring. And back then, I think it was 20...
When did you get engaged? 2013?
2009?
No.
No, I'm just talking shit.
I was like, oh my goodness. 2012.
Because it was a 2-year engagement. We got married. I should know. We got married in 2015. So 2013, you were right, Lawrence. It was a 2-year engagement.
No big deal. I was
right.
there.
Yeah.
I was present for both. So.
So, 2013. Foams were still cool.
They were very cool and very relevant and still hard to come by in Canada.
Yeah, and I wasn't selling them for crazy price. I wanted a good price, but also didn't want to have to wait because I just wanted to cash out.
You had a good chunk of pairs too, right?
So,
Yeah, man.
7-8 pairs?
7-8 pairs, yeah. And you're down to 0 now total? You have none left?
Just got rid of all.
Holy smokes.
Because if I got rid of 2,
Might as well.
Might as well.
it's
It's the completest in you where you're you had all these cool OG colorways and then once you got rid of a couple, you're just open the floodgates.
Yeah.
Send them all.
Yeah.
Send them all out. Joel, how about you?
Just like what Alvin was getting to, it wasn't really much of my rare sneakers, but just GRs. I just got rid of them just to pay for like a wedding that I was attending to.
The pattern.
Yeah, so that I was attending, so
That you were attending. You were there. You're not wrong. You were there.
You're just attending
I was
it.
there. But yeah, it was for my wedding. But
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
But yeah, so yeah,
that wedding.
I had to get rid of pairs, so yeah, I chopped here, chopped there, so but yeah, it wasn't really much. Like I said, just GRs, a lot of Jordans,
Yeah.
a couple Dunks because they were, they weren't really the wave.
Like Rally Cars said. Oh, so it's back when, you're talking when they weren't the hot market.
They weren't the hot market.
The
I kept my handful, but like the other GR, I should have kept the Puffin stuffs.
Oh, you had Puffin stuffs.
Yeah.
Those are going for stupid money now. I don't want to even tell you because
man, I know. But yeah.
Yeah, so I also sold shoes to pay for a just kidding. A whip. Yeah, no.
Don't listen to this.
Chill, don't hold your breath.
He
That's all.
eloped
Yeah, I
in Muskoka.
I'm white. I'm not that white.
You couldn't even go to Niagara Falls.
Yeah. North. Yeah, so like it's happened a couple times where I kind of just purge a little bit if I have something coming up with whether it be like tuition or whatever. But like the most recent was in September. I sold maybe 5 or 6 pairs to put a good down payment on a new car, which was a good choice. It's just those pairs that you don't see yourself wearing when you start to prioritize in your closet. And like
Good choice.
same as Rally Cars, I'm sure. As much as he loved those 2 pairs because those are 2 really good pairs.
Yeah, man.
But he probably paid for almost all of, if you're getting married in Jamaica and you sold Quasimodos and Londons, you probably paid for a good chunk of that wedding just off of those 2 pairs, which is really good. He then adds, just at the very end, love the podcast, been listening since earlier this year after being referred by the Sneaker Podcast. Keep up all the great content full of golden comedic banter.
Nice.
We are golden now. 2020 is our golden year. And
True.
Sneaker Podcast, your check is in the mail for the plug. Jeez, the same joke is still funny 2 weeks in a row.
Yeah.
It's perfect because now we have all the golden banter saved up from last week. We know what was funny and what
If you
wasn't.
remember it, just say it.
Exactly. If you would like to submit a question for the fire round and have us answer it on the pod, please shoot us a message on Instagram or email us at canadagotsoul@gmail.com. Next up, the CGS picks. Each week we all pick an upcoming sneaker to analyze, dissect, and give our thoughts on. Then we decide if it's poop, scoop, whoop-de-whoop, or Alvin's trademark phrase,
Super cute.
very, very cute. And starting off the year on a new note, I will be going first this week. So my pick this week, it changed. This will be the 3rd time it changed because I picked a shoe, sent it to the guys, and I was like, wait, I picked a different shoe.
Yeah.
And now I picked a different shoe from the same pack, though.
Okay,
We're going to talk about the whole thing. Yeah. So the pack itself is Adidas Originals and Disney. So I don't need to say much more than that. Yeah. It's 3 pairs of shoes. There's 2 Stan Smiths and 1 Superstar. The pair that I really like is the Superstar. Just an all-white Superstar. The heel hit where the Adidas Originals logo is red. And then on the side, it's kind of Mickey in like a mid-stride, like he's about to run. And that's about it. On the insole, it's got a leather lining, leather insole, which looks super premium. On the insole, it has the Disney logo. So once again, don't need to say much more than that. The other 2 pairs are really cool too. The original shoe that I picked was one of the Stan Smiths, which has like a bunch of old Mickey Mouse comics on them, but like in the 3D, like you need to look at it with like remember the red and the blue, 3D glasses that they used to have. You need to look at it with that to be able to see the comics clearly. It's got Mickey Mouse smiling on the heel tab in place of the Adidas logo, which is just really cool. And then the other pair is similar to the Superstar. It's just a Stan Smith and Mickey in like mid-stride, but this one is in black and white. Just overall, a cleanly executed pack. Very cool. Not the first time these 2 brands have hooked up, and they've done quite well every single time. There's no release date yet, but I mean, if pictures like these, which look like official images, are starting to pop up now, it's got to be soon, I would think. But yeah, these are going to be a whoop-de-whoop for me. I'm going to end up buying a pair of Superstars this year because I don't own enough Disney/Mickey Mouse footwear yet. So, whoop-de-whoop, I'm in. Alvin, what do you got?
I got the highly anticipated,
Very.
somewhat duplicated
Yeah.
pair by Sean Wotherspoon.
He's back.
Yeah, it's the A6 Gelite 3, the Sean Wotherspoon A6 Gelite 3. Very similar-ish, but not really, to the Air Maxes. However, you just obviously can't color block like you did on the 97 one. Color ways, like the colors are fairly similar, so they're very pastel-y. You get some oranges, purples, and stuff, but definitely more colors than the Air Max 97 one. And then you have the Velcro A6 logo that you can like switch up whenever you want to switch up.
And those are denim, it looks like, right?
Yeah.
It kind of looks like the logos, the Velcro logos are denim.
Yeah, does look like it, but I don't know, man. I like Gel Lyte 3s. Not for me though, just because my foot's fat as fuck.
Very agree.
And those that tongue when you look down.
Yeah, I have a high instep, so it looks like the C's are parting.
Yeah, so it's not a good look for my foot. Very cool though. I feel I love the corduroy still. Obviously, it looks like it's good quality. But these are gonna be like a cute, man. Definitely not gonna try to scoop. There's no release date. They had like a special preview at round 2 on their YouTube or whatever. But I don't know. It's cute. I'm not really. I'm kind of underwhelmed.
Yeah, I agree. Just because like it felt like the 97 one with Nike that he did was so groundbreaking in like materials and style and colors and everything. And don't get me wrong, the Velcro and removable panels, because I think that there's like actual panels that can be removed as well as the logo.
Wow.
I could be wrong. But overall, like it's a unique take on the shoe, and it's kind of interesting that he did the Gel Lyte 3. Like that's just a whole different conversation though. But like just it's corduroy and multicolor.
Yeah.
Again. You know what I mean?
Well,
so like
I think what would have been cool is if he kept the Gel Lyte 3 upper, but the midsole you change it to like some really comfy, like a Nimbus or like one of their really good running shoes with that dope ass like.
I agree.
Jelly?
I think that would be a cool way to make it interesting. But then again, I feel like I would feel it's like, oh, he did it again.
Yeah.
Like, oh, he just did another hybrid and made it corduroy and colorful. Like, it's literally night and day.
Yeah.
Like, if I see what we're going to talk about it later, but if I see him do corduroy again, it's going to turn into like, oh, so this is all he does now. Like, oh, okay, yeah, it's just corduroy.
But at least he did it. Like, at least it's like consistent.
It is.
This
it
one
is
kind of
consistent.
not.
Yeah,
because you didn't really mesh anything. Like, you didn't make it a hybrid.
I know what you mean. Yeah.
There's so many possibilities, man. That's why I'm really underwhelmed because like I feel like it could have been so much.
I just expected
more?
because, like we said, because it was so innovative the first shoe that he did with Nike, and now it's kind of like he did it again. It's kind of like, oh, so you don't have any other tricks. You're just going to do the same thing and maybe some Velcro, which he had Velcro on the tongue of the 97-1. So once again, it's not like it's literally corduroy Velcro again. So
Kuya Joel is like our A6 collector because he has the most out of all of us.
And
do you think,
and
Joel?
Air Max collector. So what do you think?
I don't know. I think it's like you said. It's the same old Sean Wotherspoon, corduroys lined up perfectly, going one way, the other.
Yeah, like mix match, like the exact same details.
And it looks like the gel at the back is a Velcro as well on the heel. So I don't know. It's expected.
Yeah.
Like Cuzzo said, like very underwhelming. Could have mixed with different materials to make it a little more texturized, I guess. Like, you know what I mean? Like throwing some snake skin in there or croc skin.
Anything
you know what I mean?
different, like do something else.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you're going to do the same thing again, it's got to be really, really good to keep people interested.
Yeah. So I don't know.
Especially on a Gel Lyte, which is like unfortunately as cool as they are, it's not a hype model.
Yeah, and when you think of like collabos with a Gel Lyte, it's Ronnie Fig.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's
yeah, and you're trying to fill
you know what I mean?
really
like,
big shoes.
So you got to stay in your lane, bro.
Yeah,
like, you know what I mean. So I don't know.
Yeah, they're kind of meh. They're definitely kind of meh. While you're speaking, Joel, what's your pick?
Okay, so my pick is Air Max 90s are coming up, 30th anniversaries. So Nike SB is dropping like an infrared Air Max 90 colorway on their SB Low.
It's
clean as fuck. Like, it's the same colorways, the same. It even looks like it's the same materials.
It is the
Yeah.
mesh
As-
toe box,
yeah.
leather
Even had
heel.
leather.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like the suede, and then the mud guard is like in leather. And
Yeah,
I don't know. They're really low key killing it right now. Like Nike SB, they're just dropping. Like, okay, we'll drop this. Okay, Safaris, we'll tease you guys a
those are
bit.
so cool too.
These
yeah.
are dropping too. Okay, so then what else is dropping? So I don't know, but they drop apparently January 20th. The regular SB tag, $90 US, I think.
Yeah, so that's
Jeez.
Yeah,
130 Canadian, I
it'll
think.
be
Jeez.
at selected skate shops. But yeah, I think it's an orange tag, so it's like support your local skate shops kind of thing. So, but yeah, check it out. Look for a
It's
drift
dope.
or
My only
whatever.
gripe with it,
Tell me,
Is I don't think-
tell me, infrared 90 man.
Yeah,
I don't think the gray contrasts enough to the white.
that's true too, because it's like
That's my only thing. Like I still like it. I'm still probably gonna try to cop it, but I feel like there should be a little bit more of a contrast between the two because in some/most pictures, it either looks all white or it looks all
Yeah.
gray,
I think
Yeah,
it's the lighting.
and that's it.
Yeah, like there's that one on foot shot where it does look predominantly all light gray.
yeah.
Yeah,
And then there's that one shot of just like the dunk.
and it doesn't really look
Orange
mesh.
label don't glow.
The white doesn't really like the. I mean, obviously, again, depending on the picture, but
Yeah, we'll have to see better. Like the photos that are released now are not the best.
yeah,
Yeah.
like I still like it.
They're
You already know, but
I think I really, really love the idea of it. Like the execution. If you were to do an Air Max 90 infrared on a dunk, that you can't really do
yeah,
it
the
better
color
than
blocking
this.
is perfect.
Other
like-
than like you said, a couple of tweaks to the actual shades, you really materials wise, everything you can't do it much better
Yeah.
than this. There's something that's throwing me off about it, but I don't know if that's just like we said the pictures. But yeah, like I don't know, maybe we'll see a bunch of like Air Max coming to dunks
Maybe,
because they
yeah.
did it on Jordan 11s for a while. They were doing it. They did it on Jordan 1s with the J Pack, and now we
3s.
have they did a lot of things
lot,
transitioned over to the Dunk SB, and then we have the Safari Dunk coming out, which is like obviously Safari Air Max 1 inspired. So I don't know, man. Could be a sign of things to come. Might have to write it on the board there. Maybe we'll see like an OG Air Max 1, like red or blue on a dunk.
That'd be
Like,
dope.
very cool, I
that'd
think.
be really dope. On a dunk too, Jeez.
Yeah, I think we're on to something here. Nike cut the check. Waiting. Cut the swoosh, even, if you want to call it that.
Let us cut the swoosh and do a custom. Oh,
Next up, This Week in Kicks. Now is the part of the show where we discuss the current headlines and happenings in the world of sneakers. So, first and foremost, Nike is now cracking down on international shipping. I know, you guys are super surprised like you hadn't heard it about a week ago. So as of January 1st, 2020, Nike will be expressly forbidding its retail partners from shipping outside of their trading territory, as they quoted. This means that stores in Canada can only ship and sell Nike products in Canada. European retailers can only ship and sell Nike products within Europe, so on and so forth. So obviously this is going to make a huge impact for online and Instagram sneaker raffles. Because,
Yeah.
you jump on Instagram and you see N Clothing and Kith and whoever,
Yeah.
everyone and their mom is doing Instagram raffles, tag 3 friends, and it's just like worldwide. So, your odds are
man.
just kind of like zero pretty much.
there's still zero, but
Now it's like a little bit more. It's like 0.01 compared to 0. But yeah, so you can't really enter those raffles unless you're trying to go the extra yard and get someone to enter for you or ship it over there. Like it's just there's a lot more hoops to jump through now.
yeah.
So it's obviously going to narrow the customer base for a lot of stores, but hopefully it's going to strengthen the community because you'll have repeat customers going into the stores. You'll have the same people lining up at all the stores. And as we mentioned last week, I think it was Sean who brought it up, like in-store exclusives now are like huge, or even just store exclusives in general, because, Size has a collaboration with Nike and you can only get it if you live in Europe or you
Yeah.
go to Size. Which is cool. Like it kind of brings back the old school mentality of having to search and having to go out and actually get stuff and drive and get your homies from there to pick it up for you. So I'm kind of with it. I always thought this was a rule. I just think that Nike wasn't really pushing it as much, but I guess now as of 2020, they're kind of cracking down a little bit. Some new news for for you guys. A gun was drawn in a Nike store deal gone wrong.
Oh man.
I'm going to mix in a couple of new news stories with some older news stories just to
What?
keep you guys on your toes. So, Jin Hu, as I'm going to assume his name is pronounced, agreed to buy passes to the Nike employee store in Beaverton, Oregon from a dude named Rafael Martinez Jr. through an app called OfferUp. Never heard of this app before. It must be an American thing.
Yeah.
So Jin sent the money, and then Raphael never sent the passes that he promised. Kids, this is a lesson at home for you. Don't send money over the internet.
Come on.
Jin then created a fake account and arranged to meet the same person in person, so he could try and get his passes or his money back or something. And then when he pulled up, Jin proceeded to pull a gun on Raphael to get his money back or some passes. The police were called, and both men were arrested.
Cool.
So this is just a little lesson for everybody. Kijiji, OfferUp, apparently, what all these things. Do not EMT. Do not send PayPal gift. Blah, 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 blah.
Be smart.
Yeah.
Don't bring a gun. You're going to get arrested. Like, it's just none of these things are advisable for many reasons. Next up, Luka Doncic has finally signed a sneaker contract. This is pretty big news. Luka has signed a multi-year and very lucrative sneaker endorsement deal with Jumpman. Good for Luka, maybe not so good for parity between performance sneaker brands, but we'll keep going. So there's no exact details available about the deal, but everyone thinks that it's because when Jordan signs a deal, it's usually quite lucrative and for quite a long time.
Yeah.
So as of now, he's going to be wearing PE editions of the Jordan 34. And we likely won't see a signature sneaker of his own unless he just continues to kill it for several years to come, as it seems that he's going to.
Yeah.
He's joining other Jordan Brand athletes that include Zion and Jason Tatum. So they're quite a young squad they've got there going into the future, so it should be interesting. But yeah, what do you guys think of this move? Because it's kind of upsetting in a way and kind of cool at the same time. What do you guys think of it?
I don't know. I always pictured, his play style isn't really a Jumpman, in my eyes anyway, isn't really like a Jumpman type play style.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah. Literally Jumpman. It sounds like some high-flying dunking guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not that, none of the Jumpman dudes are finessed or like they can't. He's just extra smooth.
Yeah.
Reminds me a lot more of like a Steph Curry.
Definitely.
Yep.
So I definitely thought that he would have matched better with that.
With the brand
and you don't really
image and
see
that.
him jumping or dunking really high. Whereas like the guy they just signed, Zion.
Yeah, he personifies
High flyer.
Jumpman in the biggest way.
Yeah, you know what I mean? It's like Blake Griffin, Zion, and then you have like
Jason
Tatum. Tatum
Yeah,
dunks like
same
crazy
thing.
too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's just
Like
like
a lanky guy.
I get it. It's still a good signing at the end of the day, but it's just I don't know if it matches their
Yeah, their brand image or their
person. And then look at Russell Westbrook, dog. Like
same thing. Yeah, power.
He's crazy.
Like,
Yeah.
you know what
that's
I mean?
The thing.
And
Power,
he's not the
grit.
smoothest. He's quick and he'll bang on you. You know what I mean?
Exactly,
Like,
that's it.
So that's why it's just I don't know. Good for them though.
Yeah, like I'm never gonna
know?
knock somebody for signing with Jordan Brand or Nike.
I would've too.
Obviously, yeah. I probably honestly, if I was in the same position, would have done the exact same thing.
Yeah,
if Jordan
facts.
Brand comes knocking at my door, I'm not gonna be like, go away. Like,
Yeah.
there's no way
No.
I do that. But
Where's the
it's-
paper? Oh, $1? Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
exactly. Don't even care. Free shoes, cool. That's it. Okay, whatever. But it is a little bit upsetting because, like you said, it did feel like he really fit along with the Under Armour brand
Under Armour,
image.
yeah.
The whole finesse, the whole like pull up from anywhere, the whole like cross you over, break your ankles, and
Yeah.
then still like be a silky smooth layup at the end.
Yeah.
And him and Steph together on the same team, quote unquote, would have been really cool to see as well. So it is, like we said, kind of upsetting. But once again, if any of us had the choice, we would have done the exact same thing.
Facts.
What do you think, Joel? Good move or not?
Like at the end of the day, it's all about the money, and
That's true
Yeah.
too.
and
Yeah,
it's whatever they pushed in that envelope. Be
Yeah.
like, here, check this out. You know what I mean? It's a done deal for him. Like you guys both said, I agree with you guys too. It would have been cool to see him in Under Armour, something a little bit fresher. Steph's injury has sidelined Under Armour right now. So with him being there as like their forefront guy while Steph gets better and gets back into like, you know, being like his splashy old self. Like, you know what I mean? Like that would have been a great push. For,
Absolutely, yeah.
for
The
Under
campaigns
Armour.
would have been so cool.
You know what I mean? And yeah, and it's like it would have been like a much better look for him. But like I said, at the end of the day, money talks, right? So
Definitely. Okay, so question for you guys then. Let's say you're in the same position. We're going to assume it was Under Armour and Jordan Brand down to the very end, because that's what it seemed like, at least. Under Armour pushes you, just to make it easy, they push you $2 million, and Jumpman pushes you $1.5 million. Who are you signing with?
How long is the contract?
Let's just say it's a year, just to make it super simple. It's just the argument is Jumpman gives you slightly less. Do you take the discount to sign with Jumpman, or do you take the extra money and sign with a smaller brand in like Under Armour or whoever it is?
I would, if it's just a year.
Oh, that's what you were getting at.
If it's just a year,
Just a year.
definitely.
I guess we're the
Under
wrong people
Armour.
to ask. Yeah.
One, I feel like, well, after that year, if I'm successful in repping the brand, I'll probably get my shoe right away.
Yeah, that's true.
Two, if I'm with Jumpman, I'm not getting a shoe anytime soon.
Not at all. It took
You know what I
Russell
mean? 'Cause
Westbrook several years.
It's either PEs or PEs.
yeah,
Yeah.
pretty
You know
much.
what I mean? Whereas, like, because Blake Griffin never got a shoe.
No, yeah, I think he was just in
sorry.
the,
There was a shoe that was made for big
Yeah.
players, but it still wasn't.
It was like the
Griffin.
Superfly or something, right?
Yeah, it wasn't
and he
the
would just
Griffin
again he would get
BG or
PEs
something.
You
in
know what I
it.
mean?
Yeah,
It's not like the why not zeros because
Yeah.
you already
Yeah.
know that's like specifically Westbrook. So that's another reason why I would probably go with Under Armour too, just so I could spread my own.
yeah.
yeah, that would be really
you know,
cool.
The Q1
Yeah,
Oh,
Ooh, that's a good name, man.
that's good, yeah.
or the first one would be the Q-tip. No,
Oh,
just joking.
just the
That's a
tip,
playoff
yeah.
shoe.
Ooh,
That's your playoff shoe, the Q-tip.
then the colorway just the no I'm joking. But yeah, that would be my reasoning. You know what I mean? And then like I've invested enough in Jordan Brand, like
That's true.
Yeah.
they should be paying me more than 1.5. Fuck
Yeah.
that shit.
Yeah, that would be. I guess, like I said, we're probably the wrong people to ask because like
Yeah.
not being able to wear Nike or Jordan for a year or however long your contract is for us is a lot different probably than for someone like Luca, who's probably not as invested in the sneaker community as we would
Yeah.
be.
But 500K is 500K.
Yeah.
Yeah, or whatever if
what
there
I
was
mean?
even a
So-
difference at all. Like I would
Yeah.
figure it was probably. I don't think that Under Armour would have skimped on getting one of the best players in the league.
Yeah.
They probably would have matched whatever Jordan Brand was willing to give. It's just a matter of which brand he wanted to go with.
Yeah.
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 Joel, you taking a discount or what? You
Like
taking a Jumpman discount?
if I had my say on like designs and stuff, like I'm not trying to be like a Kanye or anything, but like if I had a say on like you know how a certain shoe should look,
Yeah,
then I would take the Under Armour.
I'm sure you'd have a
You know
lot
what I mean?
more power.
You would have more power in
with
Under Armour
UA.
than with-
If you
Yeah,
play
Yeah,
like Doncic?
exactly.
yeah.
You know what I
You
mean?
can do
So-
whatever you want if you're Luca.
I would have done the same thing too, and
Yeah.
and go with Under Armour.
Interesting. I don't know. I'd have a tough decision. Like you said, it would be interesting being able to have a lot more of a possibility of getting your own signature shoe. I don't know.
500K is a house.
Yeah,
That's
the
true.
thing.
I mean, probably not for an NBA player.
Okay, sorry, that's like what 5 Range Rovers.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
there you go. Yeah,
Get my mom 5
a
Range
couple
Rovers.
G wagons or
Yeah.
something. Yeah. And finally, so we were talking about this guy earlier, but Sean Witherspoon has apparently signed another sneaker contract with somebody else.
New
So-
Balance.
No, oh, you haven't heard actually. Okay,
No.
it gets good. So, like we said, he is releasing the Gel Light 3 with Asics apparently this year, and he's already confirmed that he's now signed a contract with Adidas.
No way.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so
Crazy,
a
crazy.
couple of weeks ago, he kind of like teased it on his Instagram, but no one knew if he was like hacked or whatever.
Yeah,
But now he apparently confirmed. It says he confirmed to Complex that he is in fact going to be working with Adidas potentially as early as this year.
wow.
So, like we said, if we see something super similar to what he's already done and he hasn't really changed much, it kind of just discredits him a little bit because it's like this guy literally just has one idea and he's just spreading it over multiple
But
brands.
honestly, though, I won't get mad if you put that on a ZX8000.
No, absolutely not. Like he could make like we said, the Gel Light 3 is still a cool. It's cool.
dope. Yeah.
It's just underwhelming because expect it to be blown away because you have really high expectations when you hear his name attached to a sneaker.
Yeah.
So if his Adidas shoe is too similar, or it's just like, oh, here we go again, then I'm going to be kind of like, meh. But it's kind of interesting that he signed with literally Nike's biggest competition in Adidas.
Yeah.
After they apparently had a fallout,
Yeah.
maybe he's just trying to be petty. I don't know.
Yeah,
It'd be interesting to see. Good luck, Sean, friend of the show. We'll call you again one day. Don't call us. We'll call you.
Oh shit!
Oh,
He's calling.
He is calling us.
He's calling.
Just hang it up. Ignore it.
Straight to voicemail.
We'll answer it after the show. Next up, previously in Kicks, this is the part of the show where we review our latest pickups and recap the latest happenings in our sneaker lives. So technically, it's been 3 weeks. So I think we all have a decent amount of stuff to talk about. Joel, the last 3 weeks, any shoes?
I took advantage of the Boxing Day?
Boxing week?
Boxing Week,
Boxing
the
month?
the Adidas
Yeah.
one,
Yep.
where they did that whole 50, or was it 50 or 40? 40%. Either way, I just took advantage of that. And I was like, let's see what's going on. Cuzzo hit me up. He's like, yo, Cuzzo, they dropped the Aquas. You gotta go jump on it now. You gotta jump on it now. So I went to go check on it too, and sure enough, they dropped, and you were able to use the discount code
On like the
That was
first day they
crazy.
came out,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, so I was like,
Someone got in trouble for that for sure.
let's do it. So yeah, man. Yeah.
So you got the Aquas, and
Because
then
it
you
said
got
some exclusions may apply and no exclusion
clearly,
applies.
if something was going to be excluded, there probably should have been
Try.
that. Yeah, and then
If
you
it
got
works,
something
it
a couple
works.
days before that too, right?
Yeah, that was my Christmas thing to myself as well, and that was the rivalry lows in the all white. Those came in from End Clothing. Duties wasn't that bad, so on a $120 shoe,
Canadian.
Okay. 120 Canadian shipped from the UK, from England, it came out to 25 Canadian duties.
Oh, that's not terrible at all.
So it wasn't that bad. It wasn't as bad as I
That's
was gonna
less
say.
than 25%.
Yeah.
I think that's pretty fair.
So yeah, man. So I got those.
You pretty much just paid Canadian tax on it,
Yeah.
essentially, if
Yeah.
you think about it that
Yeah.
way. That's not bad at all.
Yeah, man.
That's good to know. Anything else?
That's it.
Adidas heavy couple weeks for
Yeah,
you.
that's it for me.
Alvin, shoes. Yes.
Yeah, so the first one was the Under Armour Curry 7 Super Soaker, Nerf Super Soaker.
Yes. I didn't know Nerf and Super Soaker were now the same company, but
Yeah, but
Interesting.
dope shoe, dope colorway. The colorway definitely reminded me of like the OG like Super Soaker type like gun. And then I also purchased the Boxing Day Bonanza Adidas ZX 8000.
Yeah.
Shout out to whoever let that go on discount because
they probably don't have a job now, but you got a
Yeah.
pair of shoes, so who
for
cares?
real, yo, $90 instead of 160 is fucking.
That's
lit.
crazy.
Yeah.
And you got same day shipping, and
Yeah,
like
you got
that,
same
Yeah,
right?
that was cool too. Because I saw it didn't choose it at first, but I was like, "Oh, this is available too," and I was like,
And it was
same
free?
day. Yeah,
Or like the same price as shipping would have been.
it was free.
Free same day
Free
shipping.
shipping.
So you ordered it in the morning.
I ordered it at like 10. It got to my house when we were recording 92.1.
CHFI.
Yeah, it came pretty quick.
So it came in like less than 12 hours.
Yeah, I don't think
Quick
Sasha
time.
listens to
How
the
is
pod
that
anymore.
even
so
possible?
Sasha's parents
As long
are
as you
over
get
it.
that order out before 10 a.m.
That's nuts.
I think
Yeah. Once
Wow.
10 a.m. kicks in, then
It's
I
next
think that's
day.
when they start
same
driving
day.
around.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That man, the future is crazy. I love
Yeah.
2020.
For
I can
real.
order. I can get a pair of shoes in less than 12 hours. Damn, I'm never leaving my house again.
Crazy,
Because
man.
yo, we do that for weed.
Oh, do you guys do same day?
Yeah.
Wow.
I didn't know
Totally.
we did it for sneakers too. I was like, say word.
Wow.
Lit.
It's cool.
You can order weed and get it the same day.
Yeah.
Weed and sneakers, and you can get them both at the same day.
Damn.
That's crazy, bro.
What a world.
Jeez.
Oh, man. 2020. They said flying cars. This is close enough, honestly.
Yeah.
I think so.
This is more than
I'm
close
pretty sure
enough.
those delivery
Flying
drivers
shoes.
fly.
Yeah, right. Seems like they're driving flying cars if it's getting to us that quick. Anything else? You got something today, right?
Yeah, and then today, Under Armour came in again, said what up, and dropped off the pair of Under Armour Curry 7 Chinese New Year's.
Ooh,
Those are very
nice.
cool.
I love
are
the
cool,
the floral on the back.
Cherry
Yeah.
blossoms on the heel.
Heel,
The
yeah.
gold, the one gold hit is really cool.
It's a very clean shoe, man.
yeah. Under
it's
Armour-
like a neutral color, like it's dope.
They've been like really low key, high key, all the keys really killing it.
Yeah.
Like
colorways are
it's
crazy.
yeah, the colorways they're coming out with are just like the Sour Patch Kids and then the Super Soaker and now the Chinese New Year. That's back to back to back to back.
I want
to
to
back.
see what
Like,
happens for All Star.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Oh yeah, I'm actually thinking about going. Maybe it's
Where's
only
this?
Chicago.
It's in Chicago, bro.
It's only
I'm
about
not
a
paying for
10-hour
those tickets,
drive. I'm not going to go to any games. Hell no.
Just to
I'm
get
gonna
the
go,
festivities.
and I'm going to text anybody I know who could be
Yeah.
even remotely close to connected to a brand and say, any parties? And that's
Yeah.
it. And I'll go for a weekend and go to a couple of cool parties. Because All-Star, when it was here, was really fun.
It was crazy,
Yeah.
man.
And it would be cool to experience even a taste of it again. So,
Yeah.
yeah, no, I'm not paying for the games. Are you crazy?
No.
The games aren't even that exciting anymore.
Yeah.
If I'm going to anything, it's Saturday.
I go to the rookie games.
Yeah.
Or the rookie game
And
on
then
the
3-point
Friday.
contest.
Yeah. Yeah, 3-point dunk. The
Skills.
dunk contest, even Dwight Howard's in the dunk contest.
Yeah, they
Again?
brought him back.
I don't know if I even like
They brought him out.
Who else is on the docket though?
But they're planning to put Ja in there
Yeah,
too.
they're apparently putting John Moran.
I'd like to see Ja because he is
He can fly.
sick, nasty with
They need what's his name, Dennis Smith Jr. and
Dennis
Derek
Smith Jr.
Jones Jr.
Yeah.
from the Miami Heat.
Man.
That guy can fly.
Yeah,
he could
man.
probably jump over Dwight Howard. Man. But then
Might as well bring back Nate Robinson.
the thing is, right? Superman and Kryptonite.
Yeah.
Kryptonite. Those are the years.
Kryptonite.
Honestly, they've gone downhill so much. Like these guys show up like crazy in games, in NBA games, and then all of a sudden it's a dunk contest, and they can't put down like a windmill.
Yeah, yeah.
No,
Like it's-
yo, Zach Levine puts on though.
Yeah, he
Zach-
does, man.
That year with Zach LaVine and Aaron Gordon was nut. That was
Yeah,
Toronto.
that was
That
Toronto.
was
Yeah.
nut. The
That's
best,
probably-
crazy.
the
yeah.
best since Vince, easily,
Yeah.
potentially even
Hands
better than
down.
that year. Yeah,
Yeah.
crazy.
That's good.
Yeah, so just to close it out, I also was lucky enough to get the Super Soakers from Under Armour
Yeah.
and the Chinese New Year's, but I haven't been home yet, so I haven't seen them in person. But I saw Alvin's pictures, and they just look
Crazy.
nice,
so
man.
clean, man. I love
nice.
floral and gold, so just those two together easily. And then finally, for the first time in forever, shout out to Anna and Elsa of Arendelle. I won a raffle.
Yeah.
Finally. And I got the off-white Nike Dunk Low in the Michigan colorway.
Shout out
which
to
was
Anna and Elsa, man.
shout out to Anna and Elsa for the first
Shout
time
out.
in forever. I just couldn't let it go. It was really good. Crazy. Yeah, they're honestly super icy, like frozen even, like so good. Okay, that's the last one. But yeah, man, like I think when pictures first emerged, I was like kind of on the fence, and then as I started to see them more and more, especially on foot, they grew on me a lot. I still want to put SB laces, like round laces, on them, just because I think Dunks generally look better with those laces on them. But I mean, like you put Jordan 1 leather on a Nike Dunk, and you pretty much have sold me, especially in like an OG colorway like that, in the Michigan colorway.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Easy money. So yeah, thanks to the raffle gods for blessing me for the first time in like. I don't even want to think about
Third
last time.
in forever.
Get it?
There you
Want to
go.
go one more? No, okay. Next up, errors, edits, and e-messages. We're pretty smart guys, but from time to time we make mistakes. So if you catch us slipping, hit us in the DM, and we'll let the world know that we goofed. So we have the same ones as last week, but you guys don't know that. And one more, because we did get a good message in this last 7 days. So first one from Rushy Grant. And we got a lot of messages from everybody about the countdown and about the charity raffle and all that kind of thing. So we first of all want to say thank you to everybody who participated for the whole month. Anybody who donated,
crazy.
anybody who sent well wishes. I mean, it meant the world to us. Every year we do it, and you'd think we wouldn't be surprised anymore. But still, every year, the first couple days, we're like, oh my God, there's so many people. Oh my goodness, we're raising so much money. And it's still like absolutely warms our heart.
Yeah.
And it's still like is the coolest thing ever. So thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
But just this message from Rushy Grant kind of gives you like a really good rundown of why we want to do this every year and why we continue to do it. So he says, I just want to say I appreciate this countdown. It gets so much heat on the toes in a time where people aren't typically thinking of rocking grails. For me personally, it lets me fully appreciate what I have in the collection. For a month, I'm constantly rocking and looking at / appreciating stuff that typically sits among the stacks of boxes. I mean,
Yep.
Yeah,
if
man.
that's not a really, really good explanation about why we do this, then I don't know what is. Because we want people to wear their stuff no matter what time of year it is, and we just want everyone to come together for a month and just have fun, right?
Yeah.
And raise money for a good cause.
Amen.
Forever and ever, amen. Next up, an actual EEE from HQ Inc., Harrison Koo out of Toronto.
Harrison.
Frequent EEE contributor. He likes to tell us
Yeah.
that we're stupid. It seems like forever ago now. I guess it would be like 4 weeks ago. But when we talked about logos on shoes that kind of ruined the overall look of the actual shoe,
Oh yeah.
I said K-Swiss. And I was like, oh, I'm not a fan of the 4 stripes because it makes me think of Adidas. And he said, actually, K-Swiss has 5 stripes. Okay there, K-Swiss aficionado. Next time I see you, you had better be wearing 5 stripes on your feet, Mr. Know-It-All. He also made sure to note that was the first EE of the decade. So, I mean, that's an honor. We might have to get you a trophy, or you can get yourself a trophy or whatever you want. You can put it in your Instagram bio, your email signature. First
We'll repost
EE
it.
of the decade. We're not reposting someone that said we're wrong. We're never wrong. And then finally, this came 2 days ago, after we did the live stream. One of the people who won, I wonder if this message would have been different if he hadn't have won. But
Probably.
yeah,
No,
he's, one of the people who won, Damad Hatter, won the Curry 7 prize pack that included a bunch of things, but highlighted by the Curry 7 in the first colorway, the infrared 90-ish colorway, and Project Rock backpack / duffel / it's a really cool backpack. So he says, I guess, who was it? You were talking to him, Alvin?
Yeah.
And he says, I'm going to assume that Alvin had said, yo, you killed it. It was the precursor to this. Because he says, don't know if I killed it, but it's always been fun. Partially because of you guys. Only partially. He says, one thing I love about y'all is y'all embrace the wear what you like mentality. Even if you think the shoe isn't fire for you, you still encourage people to be them and not feel crucified. And it spreads to the community. In turn, connects some people with common interests and also introduces new things to people. I saw some ASICs that I didn't know existed that I looked up after. Y'all also show love to guys with some underrated gems like the random stuff that Justin and Glenn usually have up their sleeve. To the group, keep doing you. Y'all give a dope energy, and it is a pleasure to partake in it every year.
Wow.
Great message. Great send-off, really, to the countdown. That was pretty awesome.
Yeah.
But yeah, thank you once again to everybody who participated. Next up, thumbs up, thumbs down. In this part of the show, we give our opinion on various sneaker-related topics with zero context or discussion. All we're allowed to say is thumbs up or thumbs down. So as we've now seen, Nike is releasing a lot of Air Max 90s this year. And when we say a lot, we mean in different variations. Nike recently showed a preview of a slide, like a slipper, like a Tinella, of an Air Max 90, complete with the bubble on it.
Yeah.
Kind of interesting. If you're listening right now, look up the Air Max 90 slipper / sandal, and you'll see what we're talking about. So I want to know from you guys, because there's been a couple now, sneaker slides. Thumbs up, thumbs down.
All the way up.
Way, way, way up.
Me, and I must add Sean last week, were both thumbs down. So sorry.
These were privileged kids. That's why.
What does that even
They
mean?
know about Chanellas, bro.
These are the most privileged slides I've ever seen. They're probably going to be $90.
Just wait till they get to the outlet, then they'll be good.
Yeah, for real.
Next up, NSR. We talk about sneakers a lot, so in this weekly segment, we're going to take 30 seconds out of the show to discuss something completely irrelevant to the world of sneakers. I went last week, and it was a pretty good discussion, but it's lost in history now. And we're back on track now. So
Yeah.
Joel has the NSR this week.
Okay.
What do you got?
So, big. I don't know. Pick one. Or creamsicles, and which flavor? Or fudgesicles.
Oh. Creamsicle or fudgesicles?
If it's a creamsicle, you gotta pick like a flavor.
I think I have to go. I'm honestly not a huge chocolate guy. Never really was. So fudgesicles is out for me. But creamsicle, orange creamsicle, man. How can you not orange creamsicle?
Yeah.
Alvin.
Yeah,
You're thinking long and hard
I
on
like
this one.
fudgesicles are cool,
Yeah.
but creamsicles,
If I had
especially
to
on like a
pick.
summer day,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
something refreshing is a creamsicle as opposed
real.
to
Yeah.
Fudgesicle is
Fudgesicle.
just too chocolatey. It's like I'm eating a frozen
It's very
brownie.
rich.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know
it's
what I mean? It's not,
so chocolatey.
It'll make me hella thirsty afterwards.
Yeah.
Whereas like a creamsicle, I'll still be kind of thirsty, but not as bad.
It kind of quenches your thirst in a way,
A little
especially
bit.
the orange one
A
there.
little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I probably mess with the orange one too.
Orange creamsicle.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
My answer is grapesicles.
Ooh, great.
That's a good one, too.
Grape.
Is it vanilla still on the inside?
Yeah, bro.
Oh, okay. And then it's just the grape outside.
Is a grape outside.
My mouth is watering. I could really go for a creamsicle
I
right
need
now.
one.
I think that's a good one.
That was actually 30 seconds.
That was probably 30 seconds. That was actually the correct amount of time for NSR, probably. Next up, promos. So for the last month, if you guys weren't aware, this is your first ever episode of True to Size and you have not been following any of us on Instagram or us personally on Instagram, we did a countdown for 31 days from the first day of December, actually 32 days, from the first day of December to the first day of January. It's called the CGS Countdown to 2020. Every day of the month, you wear a different pair of shoes, you get entered into a draw. At the end of the month, we draw for a bunch of sick prizes, which we did on Sunday, so it's done now.
Yeah.
Congrats to all the winners. We just want to take a second to thank everybody who participated. I'm not sure if Alvin has the stats on him or not.
Yeah.
For total participants,
Yeah.
individual participants was
138.
individual people who just posted at least once.
Yeah.
How many total entries?
2,644.
Just ridiculous.
Wait. Yeah.
That sounds right. I think
sounds
that's
about right.
correct.
Yeah.
It's off the top of your head, but I think that's right as well. Over 2,600 individual entries. We also, to coincide with the countdown, we do a fundraiser for the Ronald McDonald House Charity in Toronto, which houses families while their children are staying in the hospital, gives them somewhere closer to the hospital to stay rather than commuting in and out of the city.
Yeah.
An average night, like to stay in a Ronald McDonald community house for one night is about $150. Just to give you some perspective, I think it's about $25. Gives them like a nice hot breakfast for a full family or whatever. We raised $3,346.
Jeez.
So everybody, give yourself a round of applause
Standing
at home.
ovation.
Thank you
Standing
so
ovation,
much to
standing
everybody who participated. Thank you, everybody. Even if, I know it's an expensive time of year, we all understand that. So if you weren't able to actually donate, but even if you promoted it, liked it, gave us well wishings, it all means the world.
Yeah.
So thank you,
Yeah, for
everybody
real.
who donated. I want to say, I think we gave away 6 grand prizes. I want to say 4 or 5 of those were people who donated. So clearly, if you donate, it gives you pretty good odds to win because it gets you a lot of entries. It's one entry per $5. We had people donating $500,
Yeah.
$100, $150, even $50 gets you 10 entries.
Yeah.
That's the equivalent of wearing 10 pairs of shoes
That you didn't wear.
that you didn't wear, that you could have also worn, and then you go. So thank you once again to everybody. That's just incredible. You guys helped us immensely. You helped a lot of people immensely. So give yourselves a round of applause. And congrats to all the winners. Thank you to all the brands, obviously, who sent us some really cool product to give away. The people are going to love it. Hopefully they post it up when they get it so that they can show it off.
Yeah.
But congrats to all the winners. We had 6 really, really, really good prize packs to give away. So those will be going out this week, by the way. And this is exciting. I have a surprise for you guys. And you guys have it's been a pretty repetitive episode for us because we did this last week, but this is new this week.
Okay.
So as you guys know, DeMar DeRozan is back in town on Sunday, this coming Sunday. I'm not sure if you guys know that or not. San Antonio plays the Raptors on Sunday. I believe it's an afternoon game. I could be wrong. It might be an evening game. Our new friends at Smirnoff are sending us to take in the game.
What the fuck?
Yo.
However, there's only 2 tickets. So in my pocket, I have, not tickets, I have 3 pieces of paper. 2 of them say you're going to the game,
Yeah.
and one of them says enjoy watching us at the game from
Oh,
home.
this is fun.
Yeah. So 2 of us are going,
Yeah.
and we're going to do a draft live right now to see who goes. So why don't you take one?
I'm going to find out on Saturday if I'm good.
Right, you gotta listen to the episode. And you can take one too. And Joel's already halfway opened his. So actually let's do one at a time. Joel, you go ahead first.
Okay. I just want to say before I open this, I can volunteer to like have just you two go.
No, what?
No, bro. Just
Because I got a birthday thing. Anyways,
Anyways, you're going. You're going if it's in there. What does it say?
You're going, fam.
So Joel. So now it's 1 and 2, Alvin, between the you and I. So
Hey,
first of all, congrats to Joel. You're going to a game courtesy of Smirnoff. Thank you, Smirnoff. Want to do the same time, or are you already opening yours?
Same time.
Same
Ready?
time. Okay. I wrote these. I'm pretty sure I know what this says. Mine says, "Enjoy watching us at the game." So Alvin and Joel, thank you to Smirnoff. You guys are going
Thank you,
to
Smirnoff.
watch the game on Sunday, courtesy of Smirnoff.
That's a joke.
Pretty good surprise,
Enjoy
courtesy of
watching us
Smirnoff.
at the game.
Enjoy watching us. Just it.
Yeah, yours was a long one. What does yours say, Alvin?
Free up your afternoon. You going?
Thank you once again, Smirnoff. You tune into our stories on Sunday. We'll have some snaps.
You'll see.
You'll see us there. Next up, the main discussion. So we are going to, like we said, run through the True to Size Award winners and nominees and everything because we do want to share with you guys, and we do have some thoughts about it all as well. So we'll run through it real quick. I have on here the same stuff from last week. So first of all, I believe the first one we did last week was Sleeper of the Year. Do you guys remember who you voted for Sleeper of the Year? Oh, I'll give you the nominees,
Please.
I guess. I guess it would help if I
please.
gave the nominees. Nominated for Sleeper of the Year was Air Max 90 Mars Landing, Nike Adapt BB Air Mag, Turbo Green Jordan 1s, Viotech Air Max 90s, and Be True Air Max 90s. Who did you vote for, Alvin, for Sleeper of the Year?
I told you guys last week. I can't.
Well, yeah, but they didn't hear at home.
No, I just. It was either the Be True or the Turbos, just because I was a huge advocate for both.
Yeah.
I think with the Be Trues, you what?
Yeah, that sounds about
Yeah.
right. Because what got me was I don't have them,
Yeah.
and
And the swoosh.
the swooshes.
This is the multi swoosh on the Be
Yeah.
True. I'm the same thing. I'm pretty sure I voted for the Be True as
Yeah.
well. Special packaging, like
Yeah.
multicolor
Yeah, that's
embroidery
dope.
swoosh. It was super slept on because a lot of people
Ridiculous.
forgot it even came out.
Yeah.
Joel, what did you vote for?
I'm pretty sure I voted for the Turbo Green
Turbo Green.
Jordan 1s.
Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
so-
that was your second place, right, Alvin?
Yeah,
like
for
very
sure.
close.
for sure.
So for Sleeper of the Year, the winner with 30% of the votes was the Air Max 90 Mars Landing.
Yeah, that's right.
And in an incredibly close second place, like less than 1%, it was the Turbo Green Jordan 1 with 29%, 29 point something percent.
Wow.
I could see it. Definitely, I see why the Turbo Green is such a close second place. I think that the Be True was just such a sleeper that people
Yeah.
didn't even realize
Yeah, yeah.
how much of a sleeper. So people slept on the sleeper pick.
Crazy.
If that even makes sense. But yeah, do you guys agree with the Mars landing, or you could see it a little bit? No?
Nah.
That's a no. All right, next up, we had most overrated release of the year. The nominees we had for this was Jordan 1 Low Travis Scott, Tom Sachs Mars Yard Overshoe, Nike Off-White Air Force 1 MCA, the Sacai Blazer, and the Clot Jordan 1 Mid. Joel, what did you vote for overrated release of the year?
I'm pretty sure it was the Travis Scott Jordan 1 Low.
Yeah. Alvin,
Overshoe.
the Overshoe.
Overshoe.
Did you guys have a reason for those, or you just were not fans?
Well, I also was not a fan of the Travis Scott ones.
yeah, you're just less of a fan.
But I felt like the Overshoe was way too overhyped.
Yeah.
Like, it's ugly as fuck. Like, the Travis Scott ones, I could see why people like it, because
It's
obviously
at least
the Jordan one,
It's wearable.
it's a low,
Yeah, you could wear it.
it's neutral colors, black and brown or whatever the
Yeah.
fuck that is. Shit colors. But like the Overshoe was like the only reason people liked it was because the actual Mars yards were under it.
Yeah, because you could cut away the over part, and you
Yeah.
could get some remnants of a Mars Yard
But
1.0.
it was just, I don't know. It was, no.
Yeah, my vote was for the Travis Scott Jordan 1 Low, just because I've never been a Jordan 1 Low guy, really. And I just thought that the whole look of the shoe was kind of off.
I love Jordan 1 lows, but that colorway was just fucked it up.
The
It's just
colorway for
the
me.
big swoosh backwards on it didn't do it for me
Yeah.
on that specific one. It's a black swoosh, if I'm not mistaken. Like, it just
Is
a
it?
little bit too dark.
Oh, I think so.
I
Is it
think
cream?
I don't know, man. Maybe. Actually, I think you're
Blackish cream.
Maybe it is cream.
Blacky cream.
On
yeah.
the highs, it's a black.
Yeah, you're right. I'm mixing them up now.
Yeah.
Tells you how much
I think it's black on the other side though.
Yeah, you're right. The inside,
Like
which
the
is the
inside
regular way.
Which is
yeah.
black.
The only
sucks.
slight saving grace is the pink laces, but I mean, you can put pink laces on anything, and I'll probably think, oh, that's kind of cool. But yeah, that's about it for me. I was really not a fan of them, so I voted for the Travis Scott one low. But it did not win. The Tom Sachs Mars Yard Overshoe won quite handedly, actually, with 38% of the votes.
Yeah, huge.
And then the Air Force One Off-White MCA, which is the blue one, for anybody wondering, and the Jordan 1 Low Travis Scott, both tied in second with 24% of the votes.
Wow.
Next up, we had Rookie of the Year. This was an interesting category this year. So Rookie of the Year means silhouette, so not a specific colorway. We did just overall silhouette, brand new silhouette of the year. The Sacai Waffle Racer, the Air Max 270 React, the New Balance Omni 1S, the Jordan 34, and the Nike Adapt BB. I'm pretty sure that what I thought should have won was the Nike Adapt BB, just because of the technology behind it. I think is really cutting edge. Like, it's not the first time they've done it, but they put it in a performance sneaker and a performance basketball sneaker at that, which takes a beating. Like, the amount of stuff that they put into basketball sneakers now, it's really impressive. They were able to have all that tech and then still add an auto lacing like system in there somewhere, and owning a pair as well. It's just a really impressive thing to have on your foot. Like, it's really cool. So I voted for the Adapt BB. Joel, what did you vote for?
I think I voted for the Sacai.
Yeah,
Sacai Waffle.
the Waffle Racer.
Yep.
And it needs really no explanation as to why. Alvin.
Pretty sure I voted for the Omni ones.
Omni ones, yes. Just because.
Omni one.
Nostalgia, what it did, well, what Kawhi did for New Balance in North America, just like everything.
Well, Joel got this one correct. The Sky Waffle Racer, in a complete runaway, won with 64% of the votes. The next closest, which was not even close at all, was the Jordan 34, which was a good performance basketball shoe. It's a pretty good looking shoe with that little window and the outsole. 15%. So really, pretty much everybody voted for the Sacai Waffle Racer. Next up, we have Retro of the Year, which was a very contentious topic when we were discussing it. We had lots of backlash, and people said we were fools and ridiculous, and we should get rid of our podcast forever and never buy another shoe again. Retro of the Year nominations were Jordan 4 Bread, Adidas ZX 8000 Aqua, Infrared 6s, the Air Force One in the Ivory Snake colorway, and the Bread 11 that came out in December. So for anybody wondering, Retro of the Year, we just had any brand, a shoe that's being brought back for not the first time. It's not the first time it's ever come out. Yeah. Alvin, what did you vote for?
The ZX.
ZX. Well, you have two of them now.
Yep.
So
you
must like it.
It's more. It's like a precursor for 2020.
Yeah, you think so?
More ZX 8000.
Going to be an ad
8000 specifically.
Yeah. Just how does we'll talk about it later. But yeah, I want to know how the Boost difference feels, because one of them has Boost in it.
Yeah, I'm going to put one on each foot and see what happens.
Perfect. You might forget and mix them up. Joel, which one did you vote for?
I think I voted for the ZX.
Yeah.
As well, but I think the fours are going to win.
Yeah? You think they're going to win?
Yeah.
You know what won already.
I have a feeling.
I have a feeling. I wonder where that feeling comes from.
Got a 100%.
We don't need to do what we think is going to win this week. We did that last week, and it was fun conversation. Yeah, I voted, actually, surprisingly, for the ZX as well. Because like we've talked about a couple times now, the ZX 8000 Aqua, as little as I know about Adidas, I know that the Aqua 8000s are like one of the top maybe 5 Adidas shoes. Yeah. So it's essentially like them bringing back a Chicago one or a Bread one, or like the bread and butter.
Sold out in Europe.
Yeah, like one of those like crazy releases that just gets a ton of respect for its history. So I think that's huge that they brought it back for the first time in a long time. If I'm not,
it's been a minute.
It's been quite a long time.
I don't think it's retroed properly since their first release.
Oh, okay. Like in its original form.
They did like a
Like a darker aqua.
Oh,
bluish.
okay. I know I've seen it on like a ZX Flux.
that's what it was. Sorry,
Yeah,
thank
I've
you.
seen like
I
those
needed
kind
that
of
one.
things. Yeah.
Hydra Flux.
Yeah, I've seen like variations, but
Yeah.
it's cool. It's a really good shoe. But it did not get the love, which is not surprising knowing our audience. Bread fours. Somehow Joel knew.
I knew it.
Bread fours
Cheating, bro.
with 38% of the votes. So quite a few. All the people who were just yelling, kicking, screaming, scratching, punching, all these things for the Jordan 11 bread to be on there. Where were you? Because they came in second
They
with
voted for Bread
30%.
4.
They were like,
30%.
oh wait, bread fours are pretty cool too. And they
Yeah.
changed their mind when they actually had to vote. Interesting how that works out, huh? Next up, we have collaboration of the year. So this was just essentially, because there was a lot of cool collaborations that came out last year. Full collections, like full portfolio of collection from X brand and X brand combined. We have Sacai and Nike, Travis Scott and Jordan/Nike, Clot and Jordan/Nike, Nike and Stranger Things, and Nike and SpongeBob. Joel, who did you vote for?
Stranger Things.
Stranger Things. Why is that?
Because it's pretty cool, man. Like they had like the whole outfit from like the hoodies and
The clothing.
the clothing, the
top
gear was
notch, yeah.
amazing. And then they dropped the upside down world Cortezes and whatnot, where you would have to like
burn it.
and whatnot.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So yeah, man, that was pretty cool. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, I really liked those. As much as there's like really big heavy hitters like the Sacai, Travis Scott, and Klotz of the world, I think that I agree with you that SpongeBob. Actually, I'm gonna go Stranger Things. It was between SpongeBob and Stranger Things. Even last week, I was kind of going back and forth, but I think I'm gonna agree with you that Stranger Things is just cool in the sense that it's like it's a TV series. You really don't see a
that's
TV series, especially only on its second season. That's our third season now, whatever it is. It's still in its early stages, really. It's on Netflix, which also adds another layer to how I think really cool it is. Gets a collaboration with a really big brand like Nike. Like the last I can remember or something like this was Game of Thrones and Adidas. But that took until their final season for them to actually get a collaboration.
I wouldn't put that in a collab of the year at all.
No,
that was
yeah.
the shittiest.
That was
fucking collab.
last year, I think that was. Or was that this year? That might have actually
last
been.
year.
It was last year.
I feel like that was early this year.
2018.
We'll have to look it up.
2019.
2019 was last year.
2018. I think it was 2018.
I don't remember.
know.
I don't know. I feel like it might have been 2019, but you could be right.
It was very forgetful.
Yeah, that's the problem, yeah.
underwhelming. I didn't even know it was a collabo type shoe.
I didn't get the essence, or I think as Troy Alexander spoke of it in one of his messages to us, the reason that it is, or the reason to be.
Yeah.
Like, why are you there? Like, why do
Yeah.
you exist?
Yeah.
Why do you need an Ultra Boost Game of Thrones
Yeah,
collaboration?
but like, why
Like, where
choose Ultra Boost
exactly
for every single
like,
family?
Why? Why?
Or
Why?
every
Why?
single like character or whatever. the
Like,
fuck.
why not a superstar? Because it kind of looks like a dragon on the front, like scale, whatever. Some reasoning for it to exist.
Yeah.
Stranger Things and Nike has all that wrapped into one. Like, aside from the fact that they wear the shoes in the show, like they wear Cortez and Blazers because it's set in like the 70s.
Yeah.
I want to say 70s or 80s. Like just the whole essence of the collection, like they have like very retro feels to it. They have like that old school like gym uniform feel to them. Like you were in the 70s. Like that's a real reason that it exists. So for that, long-winded reason, Stranger Things and Nike for me. Alvin.
I chose the SpongeBob.
Yeah.
Very well executed. Each pair that was supposed to represent a specific character represented that specific character very, very well. So that's why I chose that.
Like that's a way to release, because we just kind of like crapped on Adidas and Adidas Ultra Boost Game of
Timberland
Thrones.
also did a fucking SpongeBob
And it was
collabo,
cool.
and it was
Yeah.
shit.
But like that's the SpongeBob collection was the same thing. It was all the Kyrie five, all the Kyrie 5, and Adidas was all the Ultra Boost.
Yeah.
But I mean, if you look at any of those Adidas by themselves, if I just take one off of a shelf and show it to Alvin, he's probably like, "Oh, cool, a gray,
It's a cool white
cool white and
Ultra
blue,
Boost."
yeah." And
Yeah.
you don't know that it's a White Walker Game of Thrones Ultra Boost. If I show you a Patrick Star Kyrie 5 without any background or anything, you're like, "Oh, it's Patrick Star from SpongeBob," right? Like you
Yeah.
just know. that's how you do it properly. You add the details. You make sure it's on the right silhouette. They probably could have done SpongeBob a long time ago, but they waited until it fit properly.
Yeah.
They didn't force feed it onto something where it didn't belong.
Yeah.
But we're all idiots, and the correct answer is Travis Scott and Nike/Jordan with 47%. Unsurprising. They did do a good job. And second place, not sure it deserves to be there as much, Sacai and Nike with 32%.
Bunch of hype beasts.
Just because it's
I'm just
a
joking.
small sample size. I don't think they did clothing
No.
in that collection, and it was only two silhouettes. It was the Waffle Racer and the Blazer in a couple of different colors each.
Yeah.
I mean, like the breadth of the Stranger Things and SpongeBob collaborations, I think, are a lot wider and a lot more
Yeah.
thought provoking than those two. But that's okay. Still, I can see why
Makes sense.
Yeah, I can get it. Next up, New Balance release of the year. This is one of the most difficult ones that we had, I think, just because New Balance had a really busy year.
Crazy year.
They didn't release maybe not as much quantity, but
Yeah.
quality of releases was just like out of this world.
Yeah.
So nominations were No Bad Days, Ex Bodega, New Balance 997 Raptors Championship Edition, the Aimé Leon d'Or ALD or Elador, as Joel says. New Balance 997 in the Canary colorway, the Omni 1S, the Shot, aka the Kawhi Leonard PE, and the Concept 997 Ezruck, as I believe they were called. I voted for. This was so tough, but the Concepts, I believe, is what I voted for, just because of the purple and the hit of orange with the white outsole was just so clean, and I think they did a really good job. And that silhouette, like the 997, is just like you can wear that with a suit or you can wear it with sweatpants. It really doesn't matter. And I'm a sucker for like purple suede or whatever. Like, I mean, that just screams my name. Joel.
I think I voted for the ALD.
Yeah.
ALD, what was that 997?
Yeah, 997 in the Canary Yellow.
Canary Yellow. Yeah.
They had
Yeah,
a
those
really
are dope
big
too.
year
Yeah.
for them.
Huge.
How about you?
The Concepts.
Yeah, you as well?
Yeah. That was that. Just the 997S. That specific one, not the
Yeah.
one with the Bodega one. But that one, because it still has a retro vibe on the top.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With the new midsole.
Mm-hmm.
That one gets me. And like you said, purple,
Suede,
orange,
supple.
done.
Supple.
Yeah, we had a big outcry once again in this category as well for the No Bad Days Bodega to be added. And it didn't even place in the top two. So once again,
Like I said, it was fucking ugly, and it never should have been in the fucking top.
you can tell this is a Canadian.
Holla at me.
You can tell this is a Canadian podcast
At me.
and a Toronto podcast
I'm out
at
here.
heart because the New Balance 997 Raptors
Champions.
Championship Edition with 34% of the votes came in first over Aimé Leon d'Or, which is pretty big. Like that's a big name for a non-collab technically to beat.
Yeah.
But the ALD 997 Canary got 27%. So pretty
they're-
close, but
Both 997, so.
they are. It was a big year for that silhouette.
Champions, though. Still champs.
Still champs.
champs.
Still champs for life, to be honest. Next up, Adidas release of the year. A good year for Adidas as well overall. They had the Bape Adidas Ultra Boost in green, which was early last year. I mean, you
Yeah.
put the Bape camo on anything, and I'm kind of a sucker for it. The Arizona Iced Tea Adidas Young 1,
Ooh.
which caused a big stir. The Adidas ZX 8000 Aqua, which we've now talked about at length.
Yeah.
The Overkill Consortium ZX 10000.
Yeah.
And the Pusha T Oswego.
Ah,
Alvin, what did you vote for?
ZX 8000.
No hesitation at all. Like,
Why?
for real.
All the
Joe-
other stuff is dope.
It is. They
But-
had a good year.
But
But
ZX 10000 is a cool new silhouette
man,
they introduced
it is,
last
it is.
year.
It's
I
dope,
like
yeah.
it.
yeah.
Yeah. Joel.
Aquas for me.
I guess, I mean, we can ask me. I did Aquas as well. Yeah. Surprise. But it was closer than you might think, actually. So they did come in first place, the Aquas, with 30%, only 30%.
30.
So it wasn't a runaway by any means. And then the Ultra Boost Bape collaboration
Bape.
with 26.
Makes sense.
It was close. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, you got to
they
have a little
should
bit of hype
do
in
another
there.
Bape ZX 8000.
There you go.
Or just retro that old one.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, they did have that one. It was black.
Was it
right?
8000 or 9000? Either way. Same
They did,
silhouette.
they did a ZX.
It's sexy.
Bape.
Cat has it. CB88. Holla at me.
Somebody will hit us up and let us know what it is.
Yeah,
They did. They
yeah.
came up with the Superstar was the same collection, if I'm not mistaken. They did
Yeah,
a Superstar along with
such
it,
a dope collab.
with the Bape face, the Bape head debossed
Yeah.
on the heel.
Yeah.
So now we're getting into some real big boys here. I'm not talking about us. The Jordan release of the year. Once again, a big year. All of these really. It was a busy year last year. We had Brett 11s, which once again we're kicking and screaming to put it in there. Travis Scott Jordan 1 High, Travis Scott Air Jordan 6, Jordan 1 SB High LA to Chicago, and the Melody Asani Air Jordan 1 Mid, which was probably the latest of actually in Bread 11s. We're
That's the
late in
watch
the year.
one?
With the watch,
Yeah.
yes, pretty cool.
Bomb.
Joel, what did you vote for here? Tough one.
I think I voted for the Travis Scott highs.
Yeah,
Yeah,
is that what your heart was telling you, or is that what your mind was telling you
think that
to
was
vote for?
both. Heart
yeah.
and mind. Yeah.
Heart and foot.
Heart and
We're
foot.
both telling you that it was Travis Scott Jordan
footy.
1s. Alvin, what did you vote for?
I think it was the Travis Scott ones too.
Yeah. I was like really torn. Like for most of the year, I was on the Travis Scott High Jordan 1 train just because I don't know what it is about that shoe. Like it seems so simple in its essence where it's just a white and brown and you flip the swoosh around and all of a sudden it's like, whoa! Like it's on a roller coaster all of a sudden. It's crazy. Like if that swoosh is the other way, it's no more near as cool. And I don't know why. I still don't know why. It's just so cool to me. Just something about it is just nuts. Maybe it's just because it breaks the mold so much when you're used to seeing a Jordan 1 so much. But I did the Jordan 1 SB LA to Chicago, which I wasn't a huge fan of at first. I didn't hate on it, but I wasn't on the train as much. But I mean, I really want a pair, and I want to strip away the purple paint immediately and just make it a Chicago Jordan 1 SB because I think that's just like so cool. Like two really, really cool things coming together. But I lost out on this one. It was, in fact, the Travis Scott Air Jordan 1 High with 46% of the votes. So pretty close to a runaway. I will take heed in the fact that Jordan 1 SB LA to Chicago, second place with 26%. Only 20% less. So I'm in the minority, but not that much.
Yeah.
Next up, Nike release of the year. We had Air Max 1 Susans, Nike Sacai Waffle Racer LDV in the blue, red, and yellow colorway, which was from the first round. Travis Scott Air Force 1 and Cactus Jack, which was late November. Clot Air Force 1 Fragment, the red and black tearaway guys. And the Stranger Things Blazer in the upside down colorway that Joel was talking about before. Alvin, what did you vote for?
My heart was telling me the Clot Air Force One,
Yeah.
but my foot
Your foot.
says the Sacai's.
Just because you know how hype it was.
Yeah, stupid
how much-
hype.
yeah.
I mean, I can't even get mad at that because the colorways were dope. Like,
Yeah, they did a good job.
the colors that they put together, you would never think they would put together,
Yeah, absolutely.
and they killed it. So I'm not mad at that. That's okay.
Joel.
For me, I think it was the Sakai's.
Yeah, he was well.
Yeah, Sakai's as well. Heart and foot.
Is that a shoe that you guys think, before I choose mine, that you would actually like wear on the regular, or not on the regular, but would you like? Is that a shoe that you could see in your rotation, or because it is a unique shoe and
It
it's
is,
almost on that like designer, like abstract end of the sneaker spectrum, but just sneakery enough that I think it kind of captured both sides of it.
No,
You don't think you'd wear it?
it looks cool, but something about that midsole, that fucking
Second,
wedge.
I just can't.
second wedge
Yeah,
part
no,
about
it's
it.
like-
Yeah,
It looks too much like a lady shoe.
Yeah,
Nothing
yeah.
against a lady shoe. Nothing against anyone that has that shoe. I just don't think on me personally
Yeah,
it'd be a good look.
what about you?
I don't think I could pull it off, man.
No?
No, like it's like you said, it's for like those, modern
Yeah.
cool guy.
Make it sound like
Yeah.
make it sound like you're 92 years old.
like
Oh my
those-
god,
Those guys, you
Well,
know what I mean?
sneakerhead years were like 100.
that's
Yeah,
that's
right.
you're not lying about that. I don't know. I thought about it a lot, and I think I would wear it if I had it, but I wouldn't go out and get it per se. Like I think I wouldn't wear it with like those funky like crazy fashion-y outfits, but with like a pair of like slimmer tech fleece joggers, I could see it.
Yeah.
I could see it working. With like maybe some polka dot socks or whatever, just to kind of set off the look a little bit, you know. But I voted for Air Max 1 Susans. Almost a sleeper, but not really, because they did sell out. There was a little bit hype, but it kind of faded away, and I don't think people really appreciated it for what it was. Like, it's got all the premium materials, it's got the special packaging, like it's got all the signs of something that in a few years it's going to be like a classic.
Yeah.
That people are going to look back at it and be like, "Damn, like I wish I picked it up when I could have," which is going to end up being me, unfortunately, for sure. But I voted for that. But once again, you guys are in the majority. 49%, which is quite a big number for the Sacai Waffle Racer. But second place, Air Max Susan. I just keep coming in second.
Yeah.
I'm okay with that. First the worst, second the best, as I said when I was 4 years old. So, and finally the big one, hotly contested for most of the year, sneaker of the year. First up, Jordan 1 High Travis Scott. Next up, Sacai Waffle Racer in blue and yellow. Next up, Jordan 1 SB LA to Chicago. After that, ZX 8000 Aqua. After that, Travis Scott 6. After that, Omni 1 The Shot. Joel, what did you vote for here?
I voted ZX.
You voted ZX. That was your favorite shoe last year.
Yeah.
Wow. Alvin.
I don't have any of these shoes but the Shot.
You have the ZX 8000 Aqua, so that's a lie.
Well, I have that shoe, but still.
The Shot.
You voted for The Shot just because of kind of the meaning behind it more so, I guess, or?
Not, well, yeah, but also because New Balance has never been that big out here.
Mm.
Like, it's here, there's a presence,
Yeah,
but
absolutely.
it's not on the radars for, you know, your average sneakerhead.
Definitely not.
And I think this year with Kawhi and all the crazy like marketing that they did, last year,
Yeah.
like it's on the map, right? So like people
And it's
are
all
looking
because
for
of that
it.
shoe.
It's all because of Kawhi.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you know,
And I think in like 10, 15 years or whatever, like kind of how we remember the BB4, like when it came out, it was a cool shoe. Same with the shot, the Omni 1, like it was sought after. And a couple years later, the BB4 became kind of like not a joke, but it's kind of like, oh, it's a shock, boing boing, whatever. Like no one actually would wear it. It was kind of like it faded away. I think similar to the Omni 1, it's going to kind of, especially in Toronto, is going to fade away a little bit. But I think if you look 10, 15 years down the line, maybe not so much to wear, but the same nostalgia that maybe someone like me feels with the BB4 or any of the Vince Carter shocks.
Yeah.
People are going to start kind of feeling for the Omni 1S, where you're like, I remember the time where those were like, people were lining up for them. People were going crazy. I remember when Kawhi hit that shot and had his foot sticking up. It felt like above his head wearing that shoe. Like it's definitely, and I think in a couple of years, in 10 years or whatever, it's going to be quite something.
that's why New Balance fucked up though, because
They
they didn't
did.
release a championship pack.
Yeah, it kind of, They did, however, release a LA Clipper shoe
Like,
quite
right away.
swiftly. Yeah,
Real
It wasn't
quick.
even in LA yet, and it was already up.
It was already out. Yeah.
but we
He was
digress.
still in Niagara Falls, man.
Yeah, he was still. We're walking around
buying
with
Home
Shoppers
Depot shit.
Drug Mart.
Yeah, bro.
Man. Anyways, can you tell we're still bitter? My vote for this was the Jordan 1 SB LA to Chicago. Like as I said before, it was kind of one of those delayed things where at first I wasn't super in on it, but after that I was like, balls to the wall, like I really would like a pair. I was actually looking up, because I plan on stripping it anyways, how much pre-paint stripped pairs are. Like people have already worn it and stripped the paint because it'll obviously be cheaper.
Yeah.
And it's closer to affordable for me. So that may be something.
Is it cheaper than a regular Chicago?
Yes. Significantly.
Is
Much cheaper. Not
That's
a
interesting.
dead stock pair is close.
Oh, okay.
But if you were just to compare the two, I guess,
Yeah.
like a dead stock pair is close to $1,000, I would think now, and a Chicago was just above, maybe, depending on
12.
what size and who you ask.
That's true.
But yeah, so this was, I wish we had the audio from last week, because this was the most surprising and the best way to end the episode. But in the most dramatic fashion, we had a draw.
Yeah.
We had an exact tie between Jordan 1 Travis Scott High and Sakai Waffle Racer in blue and yellow.
Which
with
makes total sense. Though.
exactly
Yeah.
38.5%. And it makes the most sense.
Yeah.
It's been the conversation ever since the whole Complex thing where they declared the Sakai Waffle Racer Shoe of the Year. I think that's when people's discussions started, and that those were the two that rose to the top quite easily. And it's kind of fitting that they tied. I like that they drew. I don't think there was a standout like there was the year before with the Sean Wotherspoon, which I think was just clearly the shoe of the year. This year it was a little bit tighter, and that kind of proves it. Once again, third place, if you think about it, is kind of second place. Jordan 1 SB LA to Chicago, 13%, which might have just been me. Me and a couple burner accounts from also me. But yes, everybody, we are back. Hopefully no more technical difficulties from here on out.
Hopefully.
Alvin has been kind of keeping an eye on it. Looks like we're good. Thank you for rocking with us. Here's to a big 2020 to us and to you. And with that, we want to thank everyone who has supported and or been a part of this podcast. Wherever you're taking in the episode, please leave a comment, review, follow, and or subscribe. We've got a Facebook group we like to use as a forum, sell stuff, and connect with you guys called CGS Talk. You can find it on facebook.com/groups/cgs.talk. We've got a website we use for reviews, recap stories, and much, 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 much more. You can find it at canadagotsold.ca. If you have any questions or suggestions for any of our segments, like the Soul Pull, Sneakerheading for Dummies, or the Fire Round, shoot us a DM or email us at canadagotsold@gmail.com. Of course, now that the countdown is over, you can focus on just one. Don't forget to use hashtag CanadaGotSoul on Instagram for a feature. I have been Lawrence Hopkins, and you can find me at LDoggyStyles on Instagram. Woof.
I'm Joe Hernandez. You can find me at Joe Dooney, JO_D, 3 O's, NEY.
My name is Alvin Quincy, and you can find me at MISTERQ and then Mart.
Thank you for listening to us talk about sneakers for 92.5 episodes. And please remember to rock your kicks. This has been True to Size. We have been CGS, and we are out. Bye.
Peace.
Check the episode.
Should be there. Should be good.
It should have been there last week.
Should be there.